Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to build the fish tank. It's this little contraption behind me. It is an aesthetic thing that you can put inside your base, and guess what? It's going to simulate a fish tank. As you can see here, we got some glass at the front, we have some water behind it, and we got a fish that bobs up and down. Now this is going to replace the fish every so often. For this video I've set it to do it quite frequently, and it can replace it with a different type of fish. The reason that that happens though is to avoid the 5-minute despawn timer. So if an item is left on the ground in the world for 5 minutes, it's going to despawn. Now this item is also left on top of some stairs. So if you didn't know, the front side of stairs will make items like bounce around and jump up and down, which is an intended feature, and we've used it here to simulate the fish swimming around in the tank. So what happens is we have an EFO hopper clock timer over here, which is going to lock the hopper below the stairs, and every so often it will then unlock it, which means before the item despawns naturally, it gets picked up by the hopper, it goes through this silent item elevator, which isn't silent when it dispenses the item at the top, but that's going to simply project the item out into the water at the front. So we have a little bit of a gap here so that the item can make its way all the way over to this side here, as it needs to hit the wall and then fall down, so it's on the front side of the stairs, and then you'll see it will bob up and down, and after a while it get picked up and cycled through again. Now you can actually set this to just have one fish at a time, but what I did is I threw a few extra fish into this dropper right here, and it means when the other one arrives it will pick one at random and dispense it into the water tank. So in a nutshell, we're recycling the item before it despawns, and the item is on top of stairs, which bobs up and down, and when it's in water it looks like the fish is swimming, which is awesome. And this concept was made by Randomizer. I saw it on his channel quite a few months ago. He came up with this fish tank design, and in his video he used a contraption that dispensed fish every 5 minutes, so it actually let them despawn and then replenish them, and that of course gave me the idea to say, hey, why don't we just recycle that item so you don't have to fill up a dispenser full of fish. What you can do is simply have one or two and then recycle them through the system. So it's his original idea, and all I've done here is sort of taken that to the next level by putting hoppers underneath an item elevator to send it back to the top and dispense it back into the fish tank, which means it can technically run indefinitely or forever in your world, which is pretty cool. So credit where credit is due. If you'd like to see Randomizer's original video, there'll be a link down there in the description box. Highly recommend you check out his channel, and now we're going to crack on with the tutorial. Figuring out if you have enough space to build this might be a little bit tricky. Just keep in mind, wherever it is you want your tank to be, that the redstone is going to be 3 blocks below it. It's also going to come forward by 1 block, so it'll be underneath your floor, and it will go back by 7 blocks. Now to build this you're going to need the contents of this chest, so gather up those materials, and no, you do not need quartz. That's just the material that I like to build with for the texture, so any stairs or block will do. Anyway, we're going to start off by placing blocks on these ones that I've highlighted, as they're the ones that appear at the bottom, and then we'll build the hopper clock. So we're going to have a comparator on this side, one on that side, 2 hoppers in the middle that point into one another, like so, and then we want to fill one of these up with some items. So let's just put in a stack of items right there. We'll come back to that later, as we are going to talk about how many items you want to put inside of this. So a block, a piece of redstone on top of it, and then a sticky piston facing forward, and put that block of redstone right there. Then want to come over here and put in some redstone and another sticky piston facing forward. So that's the hopper clock set up, and while this side is powered, what you want to do is put down the torch, put your 2 pieces of redstone, and then put a hopper here on the 4th setting, a repeater, and another one pointing into it on the 4th setting. And you want to make sure you've set it up like that, so have this one point into that one while it's powered and this torch is off. So now we're going to put a repeater on this block, a piece of redstone behind it, and then in front of it a block, and also in front of this repeater as well. And then we're going to put a torch on this block, a comparator on top of it facing in that direction, and then above it we want to put 6 droppers facing upwards. So that was 6, and then the 7th will face forward like so. Then we're going to go down to the bottom and put in 2 hoppers like this, and then we're going to build up the blocks around this thing. So let's cover the tank window at the front. We'll come back and we'll put in those stairs later on. Otherwise we just need to fill up all of these blocks. So we're going to leave a gap right here so the dropper doesn't land on this block and it gets to go all the way to the other side and drop down. So we just need to fill in all of the space around this, basically. Alright, we also need to put in the stairs and the water, so just go down here, put the stairs like that so the bottom side is at the front. Then go up to where this block is and place the water right there and just fill this gap back in. Now we're going to go down below and build the rest of the silent item elevator. So there's a block, there's a redstone torch behind it, another block and redstone torch, and then on this level right here we're going to have a torch on either side. And then next time we have a block at the front, it's a torch on either side again. Now this time we only need a torch at the front, and before you do that, what I'd say to do is to put like your raw fish or whatever fish it is you have inside of that dropper. Put the torch down, that's going to activate the contraption. So now the fish has made its way down below, and when the hopper timer activates, it's going to be able to pick up the fish and recycle it again. Of course, if you want multiple fish, all you want to do is put some more of them inside this dropper at the top. So when it comes to this hopper clock and the way it's set up, 5 items equals 4 seconds of delay, which means that you can fill this thing up with 5 stacks and it won't go over 5 minutes. So you may as well fill it up to the max, but if you wanted to recycle every minute, then you can do the math. As I said, every 5 items equals 4 seconds. So that's it from me, this Minecraft tutorial. As always, if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like on the video, and of course check out the tutorials playlist for more awesome contraptions and things that you can do in Minecraft. But that's it from me this video. There is a world download in the description box, so as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.